How's it going, guys? Nat, Jen, welcome. Debbie, welcome. Samantha, Dottie, welcome. How's it going? Stephanie, Dottie, Jen, Susie. For once we're doing a live that's not 5 a.m. Let's go. Lana, welcome. Nuts. Happy Thursday. Garbage day. Let's go. Sarah, hello. Congrats on more. Thank you so much. Milestone's still going. Hi, Levi, Lana, Karen. Hello. All right. How's everyone doing today? Thank you for the congratulations. We're still moving. It's slower, but we're moving. I'm Mary. Are we having a good day? It's pretty okay today. Chantal, welcome, guys. Have you recovered? Oh man, that was crazy, guys. That was insane. Yeah, so thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the love and the battle of the boxes, and be welcome. Thank you so much, guys. That was incredible. That was super special. I've been going through kind of a not great time, so it actually took a lot out of me to click the button to go live for that competition. But thank you guys for being there. And again, it was super special. It was an honor to be a part of it. So to win, even crazier. Connie, welcome. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Just to those who were able to make it. I know it's honestly was not the best time. Rizzo, welcome. Kelly. But yeah, thank you to those who were able to make it and those who were there in spirit. Thank you as well. Again, it was really special. And yeah, I was shocked to just the love and kindness, and I mentioned it when I thanked everyone. But you know, like, it was just an environment of like uplifting people and kind people, and whether we do it again or not, we'll see. But it was still really awesome to be a part of, and everyone was just kind, and it wasn't like competitive in the way where people were being like, you know, not kind to one another. So it was a very inclusive environment, even though people were rooting for different people, and that's what I really appreciated about that competition. So thank you, guys. Thank you so much. That was incredible. But yeah, it was awesome. Thank you, guys. Have I had the chance to connect with other men? The other men? No, I don't think so. I don't know them very well. So no, I haven't. But they all seem like really nice guys, and yeah, they got an awesome support too. Guys, thank you so much for being patient with me. I obviously haven't been live as much as I'd like. I haven't been posting. I'll be completely honest, as I've been struggling a lot. I don't, you know, this isn't about like getting pity from anyone, or you know, that's not what this is about. This is just about me telling you guys where my head's at, so that you're not confused, like, why is he not posting, why is he not going live as much. Been dealing with a lot of health anxiety, and honestly, if anyone here struggles with health anxiety, I feel for you. I totally get it. Hi, Maria. I totally get it. It's something that I struggle with a lot, to the point where it can like just take over my life, you know. I just tend to think negative when I feel like my health is deteriorating in any way, and then I think of the worst. Hi, Jojo. Had a bunch of doctor appointments this week. I had one on Tuesday and 2 on Wednesday. I had an ultrasound done. One second. I had an ultrasound done on Wednesday for something. I got surgery when I was 19 years old, and I don't really want to go into what it was for or what it's about, but I got surgery when I was 19, and it really was something that I didn't want to have to do, but I knew that I needed to, or that it was going to fix my discomfort and pain. So when I got the surgery when I was 19, I always did ultrasounds after, just to make sure that everything was still okay and that whatever I was dealing with didn't return. And so every time I did those ultrasounds, the reports always came back that everything was status quo and like the surgery went great and like everything was fine. So when I just went recently for my recent ultrasound, they told me that what I had got operated on and what I was dealing with is back. And honestly came as I guess a shock, because I thought it wasn't something I would have to deal with anymore. And just going to a specialist, and it's not anything major, guys, so I don't want anyone to worry. It's not anything major. It's just basically like knowing that I have to deal with this discomfort and this pain for life sucks, because the specialist is saying that it's not worth it to get a second surgery, and that, you know, it could lead to more complications that are just not worth it. The best they said is just just manage the pain as best as you can, because it's just not worth it to start doing more surgery. So that really took a toll on me, because I just did the ultrasound more to like clear my mind. And so when I found out that it was like back to where it was from 13 years ago, I was shocked. So between going to doctor appointments and specialists, and it just took a huge toll on me and my mental health. And yeah, you know, like I just feel for people that deal with a lot of health anxiety or even health issues, because it sucks, and I tend to let my health and my own concerns and anxiety take total control of my mood, and to the point where it pushes me away from everyone, like friends, family, Blackie fam. So yeah, went to the doctor's like, your blood pressure is awfully high, or not awfully high, but he was like, it's higher than usual. And so went to get a bunch of blood tests and stuff in the last couple of days, and it's just been a lot. Like I said, guys, it's nothing obviously anyone did or whatever, but when I can't seem to snap out of things, I end up pushing away. And so that's why I haven't been posting. That's why obviously I just haven't been myself. It's been hard to do everything, because just my mind goes into certain places that just get really dark. And I would say I'm normally a pretty happy guy, but like I deal with anxiety like every day. Like I'm stressed out of my mind all the time, and I'm trying to work on that. That's something I definitely got to work on. But when the depression hits, it can take a huge toll. So so yeah, guys, I just want to kind of explain where I'm at, and it's not to like worry anyone, because honestly a lot of these things are not like gonna be anything that is super concerning. It's just more about like managing my thoughts better, and just coming to like terms that like some things in life, whether it's like mental pain, trauma, physical pain, you know, there's some things in life that like you just carry with you for life. And yeah, that can be really hard, you know, to to know that something's sticking with you, whether it's something you go through in life, whether it's physical issues as well, to know that you're carrying something with you and you have to do your best to manage it. It's hard. So yeah, like my heart goes out to a lot of people that deal with health anxiety, because it's a scary thing, and I think we all gotta always take care of our health. But when it gets to the point where your health anxiety actually diminishes your mental health, that's where it's concerning, right? Where it takes over your life, when you start to obsess over things and you just lose touch of reality. It's scary. So anyone who does deal with health anxiety, like I said, I get it. I really do. And I mean, mental health for me has always been just really important. So if you deal with mental health or physical pain, I get it. And it sucks. It really does. But, you know, life is life, and life will continue to move on no matter what sort of physical or mental pain you're going through. You know, life will always move on, and you have to always push forward. I guess what I've learned is, like, you know, there's always going to be something, right? And you always got to push past whatever it is. So, yeah. Amy, welcome. Thank you. Emery, welcome. Karen. So yeah, just wanted to be upfront. I got to still do things at my own pace, because it just doesn't feel right to force things like go live when I'm struggling, or post when I'm struggling to smile, you know what I mean? Little things like that. So I'm just going to keep doing and kind of going with things the way that I think should go. Obviously got a big birthday weekend coming up, and I got family dinner tomorrow, and then Saturday I am going to a festival, like a food festival with Sam. And then Sunday's the birthday, so even if I pop on for like an hour Sunday, I hope to be able to be there to celebrate with you all. It's another year. And yeah, but I just wanted to be upfront with you guys because it's important to me. But I can't lie and say like all is good, you know? I wish that was the case. And sometimes, you know, in life, it feels like there's no reason to be sad, or there's no reason to be hurt, or there's no reason to not smile. And you're gonna have it on days where like you're like, I don't really understand like what's going on, because everything around me is great, but everything inside me is hurting, or I'm in pain, or I'm confused, and that's okay, you know? So yeah, thanks for having my back, guys. Thanks for always being there for me. I'm just trying to manage things the best I can at this point. And I love seeing the excitement with everyone as the milestones roll in and numbers roll in, but obviously there's a lot to it. You know, it's one thing for numbers to roll in, etc., but it's another thing for me not to be able to cope. And I would say if it weren't for the fact that we're growing, I would probably have a lot of reason to be hurting and a lot of reason, but this is something that's kept me smiling during a really tough couple of weeks and stuff. So I'm super grateful for this, and we are 134 away from a huge milestone. And I think also the uncertainty of what was happening with TikTok also added to that, because I just didn't know what was going to happen. And now it looks like we have until September 17th before we have to worry anymore. So I'm super grateful for that. And that also kind of gives me that extra push. Thank you, Cheryl. To keep going, you know? So that's huge news. Are the numbers causing you stress? I think it slowed down a lot which is great because it's allowed me to, I mean, it's not great in the way that we're not moving as much, but it's great in the way that I can breathe, and just try to sort through certain things. You realize that in life, like, so much of what we worry about and stress about, a lot of times, you know, it merits that stress, but a lot of the time the things we focus on just don't matter, you know? So I guess my hardest thing is, the things I struggle with is trying to figure out, like, what really merits my attention, what really is something that should affect my mood. Because if we focus on every single stress in our life, we're literally losing out from, like, right now, right? We all have things. I'm sure if I asked all 131 of us, you know, what's something that's stressing you out right now, or what's something that's hurting your heart, we all have something, you know? But at the same time, we all have something to smile about. We all have something that is a blessing that we should be grateful for. So it's always important to, like, understand that, you know? You always got to think to yourself, the things that are stressing me out, like, how much control do I have? Like, what can I do to better that? And how much control do I have over the outcome? And the things that you have control over, I always say, like, focus on that. And the things that you don't have control over, it's not that it's not going to hurt you or bother you, but how much of your effort is going to be put into it if you don't have control. So, yeah. I think for me at least, like, my anxiety is just one thing that I've, like, always struggled with, but I'm so grateful that I, like, can talk about it because, yeah, I mean, like, the whole point of talking about mental health is so people don't feel alone, right? So not only am I able to talk about what I'm going through to help someone who might feel like they're alone, you have to remember too that it helps me because I don't feel alone. So yeah, but super grateful for you guys, and I think at this point right now I'm just taking it, like, day by day. There's a lot of things that you may have no idea about me, but it's more so because maybe I'm not mentioning it, or maybe it's something extremely personal that I haven't brought up. But there's always more to people than just the smile on their face. And, you know, it's something always to remember is that everyone's battling their own thing, and I'm not any different than anyone else. I am not dealing with any more than anyone else. If anything, there are people in here that are dealing with way more than me and who are less stressed and more at peace than me. So it's really how we manage things, because we're all human and we all deal with things. And I think it's something that we have to all consider. And I mean, this has been a staple of this platform is kindness, guys, because yeah, you know, that's huge. And when we treat people with kindness, we don't know the impact that it can make. So always be kind and always remember that everyone's fighting their own thing. So I hope we had a good week, guys. I hope all is well on your end and that you're feeling happy and you're at peace. Like I said, this isn't about like anyone, like I don't want anyone feeling bad for me. That's not what it is. Because like I said, we all could feel bad for every single one of us in here because everyone's dealing with things. So that's not what this is about. This is more about being transparent and continuing to talk about things that I think are super important. And mental health is super important. Not my own mental health necessarily, but everyone's. You know, we all have something in our life, but at the same time, with every single thing that is impacting us, there's always something positive. And sometimes when things are so dark to the point where, you know, you just can't even like get out of bed. Like the little things are like the biggest struggle. It makes it super hard to see like the light. It makes it super hard to feel positive and to think good things. When you're in a dark place and it feels like there's a towel over your head, I don't blame anyone for not being able to be positive. I mean, at that point, it's super hard. But you got to be proud at that point when you're going through that tough time, like the little things you can do to better your day. Everyone has different ways of coping, and I think like some of us in here are probably way better at coping with life than other people. Despite what our lives are like, 100%, I do believe that some people have a tougher time with life than other people. And that's just our way of like being able to cope past tough times. But you're not alone. If you were one of those people that it's just a struggle every day, whatever it is, I do get it, but it's one of those things that, like I said, if you are not rooting yourself on, and if you are harder on yourself than you need to be, you really are making your life harder than it needs to be too, So that's why we got to always uplift ourselves and make our lives easier for ourselves, because we need to be there for ourselves. Like, we need to be that person that's able to get our head out of our head. No one else can get us out of our head. I mean, therapists are there to support us and give us tools. Friends are there to give us support and show us love and family. But in the end, you can have therapists, you can have friends and family, and you can have everything. Everything in your life could seem perfect, but if your headspace is not perfect, or your headspace is not where it should be, it doesn't matter how much support you have, because ultimately the support you give yourself is what's going to carry you through your days. So I guess I've been struggling the most recently because my headspace is not good. I got family that cares for me. I got friends that care for me. I got all of you who fall under the friends and family category as well. Built a platform that I never even thought would be possible. So I have a lot to be proud of, but again, it's so hard to see certain things when you have that towel on your head, So I guess what I want to say is, if you're dealing with depression, or you're dealing with anxiety, or life seems heavy, you're not alone, and I don't think anyone will ever be alone as long as we keep talking about this, So, yeah. But on the happy note, guys, the numbers are still rolling somehow. Like I said, we're at 866,000 followers, and that's insane. I believe that with every tough time and every thing that comes in the way of your happiness, there's always going to be times where you get out of it. You can think of your darkest times in your life, and you can think of where you are now, and it's not that you heal. There are things that you've probably went through that even right now that you're never going to heal from it. It's not about fully healing from certain things in life. Thank you, Lynn. It's not about that. It's about knowing that you're going to get through it, and that sometimes the pain that you feel in your heart is not always going to be that strong. Like, you're going to have pain that you might carry with you for life, but it doesn't mean that it's going to impact you to the point where you're as hurt as you were. We have so much coming towards us in the future. There's so many happy moments. There's so many tough times. There's going to be times where we feel even worse than we feel now, or when we were at our lowest. That's part of life. We have to be able to accept that. We can't hide from life. We can't, life's not slowing down. We have to be able to keep up with things in life and be able to understand that, with every tough time is happy times. And you just got to stay, around the people that support you and take control of your mind. So yeah. Appreciate you guys listening. Like I said, I haven't been live too much at all. And I didn't want to just pop on for my birthday and that's it. I wouldn't feel too good about that either. So I wanted to make an effort to pop on today and tell you guys where I'm at. And I really appreciate seeing so many people in that live on, what was that, Tuesday? I had 2 appointments that day, so it was yesterday. And so, yeah, I mean, I didn't sleep much that day. I think I slept 3 hours that night, and then had 2 appointments, and one of them was to discuss with a specialist about my results from the ultrasound. So yesterday was tough, and the day before that was tough, and when I got my ultrasound results on Sunday, that was tough. You know, you just got to come to reality with certain things in life, you know, like life isn't always the way you think it's going to be, and that's okay. You know, the uncertainty of life sometimes is what makes it exciting in a way, because you can't predict certain things, right? Whether it's the good or the not good, sometimes things come at us with shock and surprise, and as long as we can, you know, gather those thoughts in a positive way and push forward no matter what, then that's all we can do. I think ultimately, guys, you should put extra emphasis on telling yourself that you're doing your best, because no matter what you're going through, even if you're feeling amazing right now and you're feeling a 10 out of 10, every one of us can confidently say we're doing our best, unless you can actually say to yourself you're not, and then you got to implement these changes, you know what I mean? But you got to give yourself a tap on the back for trying each day. And to those who go through life without struggles, and life is just, that's amazing. You know, I'm really happy for those people, to be honest. I wish that was the case for me. And to those who go through life sometimes and it's a struggle, and like, you know, you're finding that there's always something. I understand that. I really do. And I feel for those people, because mental health is like one of those things that, like, it's hidden. You know, if my arm's broken and I'm dealing with pain and I'm wearing a cast, and everyone can see that I'm wearing that cast, and I can tell people, oh, my arm's broken, it's so much easier. But when your heart is hurting, people can't see it. When your mind is spiraling, people can't see it. And when you explain it, it doesn't always get, you know, you don't always get your point across, because it's not visible, and no one really knows what you're dealing with. So, you know, physical pain is one of those things that, like, if it's actually visible, it's so much easier to explain. But if it's something that's like deep within your heart or deep within your mind, and you can't even like talk about it really, because no one actually gets it, or you don't feel like anyone would get it because they see you smiling and whatever it is, I get that. So I hope you guys end up having a great weekend. I got a busy weekend ahead. Birthdays for me are one of those things that it really gets me. I don't know if you guys get like this, but on birthdays, it's like a recap for me. I recap my life. It like gets me really thinking about where I'm at. I think 33 is like, wow. I think back to who I was at 30, and I think to who I am now at 30, almost 33, and so much has changed. You know, I think back to when I started on TikTok at 28, and now I'm almost 33, and so much has changed. I've grown, I've changed, I'm learning, I'm experiencing. I think every year we are changing, you know, and that's okay, you know, to change and to grow and make mistakes. So I think birthdays for me are like a big wake-up call of who is in my life, what is going on in my head, and just basically recapping a lot, you know. So with every birthday I feel blessed, because I think, to me, when you have family and friends and support, and no matter what you're going through, when you have that, ultimately your life is that much easier. You know, when you are literally by yourself and all you have is you and your thoughts, it can make life tough. So as I always say, guys, I'm so grateful for you all, because I have a group of people that are there for me. Some have never even met me, and that deeply care for me. And that is huge. That makes my days easier. So thank you, Sally. Love you all. You're all amazing. And like I said, I don't want anyone worrying about me. Like, in terms of the medical stuff, doctors aren't worried. You know, so it's not anything that anyone needs to worry about. It's all good. It's just more me about like managing my own thoughts and managing my own pain, and like living through certain things that I thought I'd never have to deal with, and I do, you know, and that sucks, but that's life. Like, life sometimes sucks, but life's beautiful. Life is good. And so yeah, Tracy, thank you so much for the dinosaur. Thank you so much. Susie, thank you. Lynn, thank you. It does make you stronger. It does. And yeah, you know, just glad we have each other, guys, because like I said, it makes life so much easier when you know that there are people who care for you. And there are, Debbie, thank you, there are a number of people that I know that if I needed to reach out to someone, like, to hear me out or whatever, that, like, they'd be there for me. I wish I could be there for 100 people at the same time. I really do. But I hope you know, like, I'm always rooting you guys on, like, individually. It's not like I'm rooting on Blackie fam. I'm rooting on every single person, like every one of you. I want you guys to feel happy. I want you guys to feel heard. That is really important to me. So, yeah, numbers are amazing, but ultimately, it's connection. You know, that's huge. You know, growth is amazing, but connection is great. If I had 50,000 followers and I still had you, I'd be just as grateful. And that shows just how special this community is. So, yeah. Oops, my iPad got wet. Thank you. I see all your comments, guys. I do. So thank you so much. Welcome, Amy. Welcome, Teresa. Never met you, but I talk about you all. Thank you. Thank you so much, Maria. Thank you. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you so much, Joanna. Much love. Can we all give congratulations and love to Joanna? Joanna beat cancer. So proud of you, Joanna, and hopefully the rest of the issues you're dealing with, you're able to recover from that. But wow, super proud of you. We've had a bunch of Blackie fan members go through certain health issues as well, and there's some that are still going through it. But it goes to show, like, when you put prayers out, and a bunch of people put prayers out for a person or a cause, it can make a difference. And you know, Joanna personally thanked me for the fact that we all gave prayers for her, because look what happened. So okay. In terms of posts, guys, Tracy, thank you so much. I'll get back to it when the time feels right. Thank you guys so much for your patience. Like, I feel like I go through stuff all the time, and you guys are so patient with me. I think it would add that extra pressure if people were trying to get me to, you know, post when I'm not myself, or go live when I'm just not myself. You know, of course, I would love to keep growing, guys, but before growing on TikTok is my mental health. And that goes for you guys too. Before you want to accomplish your goals or whatever it is, you got to take care of you. And I will always vouch for that. There are people from Blackie fam that need to take a step back to focus on their mental health, and I always understand. So when I take a step back to take care of me, and you guys understand, it's that mutual understanding, and that makes it a lot easier, because you don't feel guilty, and you're able to take care of the most important thing, which is you. Like, you come before every single person. You can say, well, my daughter comes first, or my sister comes first, or my friend comes first. No, you come first. You can love someone to the point where there's no possible way that you can love someone even more, and you still come first. And that's not something you need to feel bad about. That is something that you deserve. So Be that best mother, brother, dad, sister, cousin, friend. Still take care of you. You're the priority. Always. Nothing will ever change that. And you can be the best mom and the best son and whatever it is, the best friend, and still have you as the number one priority in your life, and that's okay.
Everything gon' be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, hey, here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. Cause the dreams bring back all the memories of everything we've been through.
Aaron, good to see you. Dottie, thank you. We have 4 years of Reid videos and edits. I love seeing them. I love seeing it. Going through a lot, but it's gonna be okay. It is gonna be okay. I promise you. I promise you. And people can vouch for that. Think of people in this live that have gone through stuff that they never thought they'd be able to get past, and look where they are now. You know what I mean? So every one of us is gonna be okay. You are exactly where you're supposed to be right now, despite what life has handed you. You may not think that's where you should be, but I promise you, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And I'll just keep telling you that, and you will keep telling me that, and it'll make it easier. So, Connie, thank you. Lynn, thank you, guys. Thank you for all the love, guys. You know, for that last competition, that was just really special. Susie, thank you. Lynn, thank you. So, like I said, whether you're just there tapping away or sending hearts or saying go Reid, go, sending gifts, or even those who are not even able to be there but were rooting me on in spirit because they were sleeping, which I get. Super grateful for you all, because that was something that I was really nervous to do, and it was very outside my comfort zone, and I wasn't sure if it was something that you guys would be okay with me doing, because it was something we don't typically do, and everyone was really supportive, and no one made me feel bad for doing something that was different. For all I knew, it could have been something that I did and was like, why'd I do that? But if we hide and we don't do things in our life that are different, and we live in the comfort of our own peace, Jen, thank you. Are we really going after the things in life that we need to go after or should go after? If we just do things because they make us comfortable, and because they're not different, and because it's something we're familiar with and our heart knows and our mind knows, and we don't ever take risks, and we don't ever do things that just are different, are we really accomplishing the things in our life that we'd like to accomplish? Because personally, I think that if we live in our own comfort, for some people that works, but for other people that doesn't work, because we can get too comfy and not take risks and not do things that we know are good for us in whatever aspect, right? So continuously push yourself, and continuously know that not every time that you take a step and do something different is it going to work, but on the times that it does work, you will say to yourself, wow, I'm really glad that I did that. I'm really glad that I took that risk, or it didn't work out, but I learned something from that. So not everything is going to be success. Sometimes it's just a learning experience, and every tough time we have in our life, that itself can be a learning experience, because we know how to deal with it the next time. We know, how to manage our emotions and everything we learn from. So thank you so much, Tracy. Thank you. Took the risk, and we're so proud of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. You were the winner even before the battle started. Oh, thank you. As a side note, anytime you want to pull off that suit coat, the blazer, I was sweating like crazy in that. Might have to bring that to get dry cleaned or something, because I didn't think you could sweat through a dress shirt and a blazer. But Jen, thank you. You look so handsome. Oh man, if you guys knew how hard it was to go live that day, damn. That was a promise I made to myself, is show up, because I knew you guys were going to show up for me, and if I didn't show up, then I would have been really let down. So it was like, despite what you're going through, Reid, you're pushing through, you're doing this, and you're committing yourself to that, and I did, and I'm so glad you guys were there for me, because it was one thing in my week that, even though I was really struggling, it was something that really got me to smile, feel special, and to be appreciated like that. from not just Blackie fam, but even in the other communities and people reaching out and saying, you know, whatever. It meant a lot to me. It did. To be surrounded by 2,000 people and both those lives and exposure-wise was awesome. I don't know if it's something we'll do again. I'm not too sure. My mind is saying no, because we did it and it was fun, but I want to try more things. I want to try different things. I want to keep doing different things and you know, not always sticking with the same things. So I will say it was an experience, and I'm really grateful that I did it. So thank you guys for having my back and being a part of it all. It really means a lot to me. So thank you. Thank you, Teresa. It was great experience. It was just once. Exactly. So yeah, how many days left to 32? I got 2.5 more days left to 32. So I'm gonna try and soak it in. It's crazy that like just like that 32 is like done. Yeah, it's wild how crazy. Basically 40 exactly. Thank you for the rose. Good morning from Philippines. Good morning. Yeah, 40 coming up. 33 will be amazing. Hair looks amazing. Thank you. Definitely set the bar high. It's crazy that when you envision your life in the future, no matter what age you are, no matter what age you're envisioning, whether you're 16 envisioning what it's going to be like at 22, or you're 12 and you're envisioning what you're going to be like at 19, or you're 48 and you're envisioning what you're going to feel like or be like at 55, it's always different. It's always different. I don't think anyone can ever plan for the future. I think our lives sometimes it just happens, you know? So yeah, it's great to plan your life, and it's great to have goals and to say at this age I want this, and at this age I want that, and hopefully when I get to here I'll feel like this. That's great. It's good to have that, but at the same time you gotta remember too that you can't plan for any of it. It will always be different than what you think. And if I were to have envisioned my life at 25 when I was 19, it was so different. If I were to envisioned when I was 26 how I'd feel at 33, it was so different. And that's just life, you know? It's always going to be different than we think, and sometimes that different is good, you know? Sometimes what we think we wanted and we don't have it, it ends up being a blessing. So not everything you want in life is exactly what you deserve or what you think, you know, is going to make you happy. I think what it comes down to is finding peace. You know, whatever you have in life, whatever your life is like at this moment compared to what you thought it would be like, it's not about comparing what you thought it was going to be like to where it is now. It's about finding peace with whatever you feel. And once you can literally find peace for what's going on in your life or how you feel, you realize that like that is ultimately going to create happiness for you. When you're not at peace, because you're comparing or because you're let down, that's when life kind of just doesn't go the way you'd like, you know? So I hope we all find peace in our life at some point. That is something I hope for all of you, is, you know, for you to find peace. Like I said, I don't think any one of our lives is exactly what we thought, but I really hope that one day at some point we can all get to that point where we're just at peace, accepting the way it is and knowing that going forward we're going to be able to get through whatever comes our way. So I don't know if when I'm speaking whether it hits people. That's my goal. I always want to relate my feelings and hope that it makes a difference in someone's life. I never know if it does, but I really hope that it does, because like I said, that's important to me. And words are powerful, experiences are powerful, and when we can share what we go through and we can share what we know and what we've learned, no matter what we've gone through, it can make a huge difference in someone's life. So don't be afraid to talk about, Joanna, thank you. Don't be afraid to talk about your struggles. You know, I think social media is damaging in a way, because it's a showcase of the best of the best. You know, when you scroll through Instagram, no, you don't see people crying at their bed. You don't see people folding up their laundry on a Sunday. You don't see all even when you look at people who are married or whatever it is, you don't see the tough, you only see the good. And as someone who's scrolling and comparing, and it can be unhealthy, because everyone's struggling in their own way, and no one's putting out those struggles to other people. That's why I really appreciate those who are able to talk about what they go through, whether it's another creator I happen to scroll by and they're talking about what they're going through, or people sharing on different forums, or whatever it is. Like, when you're using your voice to talk about something that people probably have gone through as well, you really are making a difference in other people's lives. Because it's not always about talking about all the things going great. Sometimes it's about talking about the things that are not. And, never feel like that's selfish. Remember, you're making a difference by talking about your vulnerabilities. It's very difficult for people, including myself, to talk about things they struggle with, because judgment, because of that feeling like you're feeling like you're talking about you, but never forget that it does make a difference, and it's not always about talking about positive and good things. Sometimes it's okay to talk about the tough. So you're never alone, guys. You're never alone, and I hope that is something that stays engraved in your head, is you're never alone. And I'm glad that we have each other, because it just makes things a lot easier. So much love to all of you. I see a lot of new people in here too, so if you're new, welcome. And happy Thursday. It's almost the end of the week, June 19th. Let's read from our book. Black 18 Mom, welcome. Brother, much love. There is much truth to this. We all need to open up unapologetically. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate you being here, man. Let's go. Kings supporting Kings always. Thank you. All right, so June 19th is a letter of gratitude. And it says, gratitude is especially powerful when directed towards others. Write a letter to someone who positively impacted you. Perhaps they said a kind word when you needed it most, or they showed you love when you couldn't yet love yourself. Write them a detailed note thanking them, and notice how it feels to write this letter. How long afterwards do you still feel gratitude? If you feel compelled, give them the letter. However, know that you can still feel the impact of gratitude whether you choose to give them the letter or not, and consider making this practice a monthly ritual. So, it's one thing to be grateful about your own life, because I think that's what brings us peace, is gratitude. When we are grateful for what we have, we are grateful for life, and it does bring joy. But gratitude isn't always about thinking, how am I grateful for what I have? It's, how am I grateful for this person, for that person? And that does include what we have, because the people we're grateful for encompasses our gratitude for life, right? So, directing that gratitude towards someone else, whether you tell them or not, but putting it out on paper or writing down whatever you're grateful for in the morning, that does make a difference. I can speak from experience from doing a book for 6 months, where every day I woke up, and Black 18 Mom did the same with her book, and we write down the 3 things you're grateful for, and it makes a huge difference. I think you realize there's so much to be grateful for that we don't even consider. Like, when someone says, what are you grateful for? The common thing is health, family, friends, job, whatever it is. But there's so much other than that you can be grateful for. Like, look around your room right now. Look around your room, look around your place, look around if you're outside, look around outside. There are things visually that you can see that you never would have thought you were grateful for, and then when you really put your thought into it, you realize it's like, damn, I really should be grateful for that, because there are people that don't have that, and those people might be even more grateful than I am, you know. I think that's one thing I learned when traveling is some of the people that I met through these travels, like that was something that really hit me, is like some of these people I met were happier than some of the people I walk by on the streets. And a lot of these people that I met literally, and they told me themselves, I don't have much. It's a struggle just to get food for my kids. It's a struggle to whatever it is. And some of those people were happier than, you know, even me, you know, where I feel like I have what I need to survive, or I feel like I have every reason to smile. And when you see and when you hear of people who don't have much but are happier than some people who have more, that gives you perspective on life. I remember asking someone, I can't remember where I was, but I do remember asking someone, like, you're so happy. And they're like, you know, I don't have much in my life at all, but what I do have is friends and family. And they're like, that keeps me happy. So it's not always about the materialistic items. It's not always about certain things. Sometimes it's the simple things and the things that we sometimes do take for granted, but I think it would give us more perspective if we didn't have it. And I think it's hard to appreciate things when you've always had it. Whatever you have in your life that you've always had, whether it's a roof over your head, whether it's food in the fridge, whether it's family that cares for you, when you've always had it, it's what you expect, right? I mean, you don't know life without it. So, but when you lose it and when you don't have it, and then you realize how lucky you were to have it, that it can change everything. And you don't want to get to the point where you lose these things and then you're like, wow, I wish I was more grateful for it, you know? But that's life, you know? When you lose things in life, unfortunately, that's what happens. You know, you start to feel guilt. You start to feel, I should have been more grateful. I wish I had taken more time to do this. I wish I realized and I was able to find joy when I had every reason to smile. So it's a learning lesson, but, you know, appreciate the now versus, you know, appreciating the past, because at any point, guys, like right now where we're living is going to be the past. And if we're not grateful right now, you know, what's the point of being grateful one day and looking back at now? It's better to be grateful now than to look back on it one day and say, wow, I wish I was grateful, you know, or I had every reason to be grateful, but I just couldn't see it. So that's important. And obviously, most importantly, like, love yourself. Love yourself. Guys, thank you for tapping 100,000. Thank you so much. Do you ever get angry at your brain? All the time. Sometimes, like, when I'm going through a tough time, I'm like, I get why I don't want to be around people, because I don't even want to be around myself right now. Like, you just, when you're in a dark place, you just don't want to put anyone under that, you know? You know, when you start to get fed up with your own thoughts, then you know your brain is doing things that it shouldn't. Are you sure you're only 33? Wise man. Oh, thank you, Sally. I'm actually not yet 32, but thank you so much. And when you're hating, you're bound to get irate. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Sylvia. I hope being with us this evening and talking helps. Yeah, it does. Yeah. You guys know, like, that feeling when, because this is how I feel right now. Something I have to thank you. You know that feeling where it's like, if I even talk about it, I'm literally doing what I'm saying the feeling is. So, you know that feeling when, like, things are so heavy that it's like anything can trigger you emotionally. Like, you're like at like a point where it's like everything is like going to bring tears to your eyes, or something's going to affect you. That's kind of how I feel right now. So it's like, it's not that, like, things aren't going right. It's that, like, I'm emotionally, like, at my capacity. And yeah, it's like times like that where you gotta, like, just take a second to breathe, because it's very easy to break. It's very easy to get so caught up in your head that you just, like, and you don't want that. You don't want to hit rock bottom. So before you ever hit rock bottom, you got to take a step back from certain things and evaluate and gain perspective, and because you deserve that. Thank you, Sylvia. You light up my day. Thank you so much. Let's go. LG Sylvia. Or Susie. Thank you, Susie. But yeah, I'm excited for Saturday. LG Susie. I'm excited for Saturday because I don't know if you guys like these sort of things. I love going to like summer festivals where there's like food trucks and like activities and like games. Like I love like carnival vibes. Do you guys know like those kind of things? So it's like a lot of those happen during the summer, and this is like a new thing they've never had before. It's called Stuffed Fest, and it's like all these different foods that are like stuffed. So it's like stuffed burgers and stuffed this, and I'm like, let's go. So I'm excited for that. I'm going with Sam the day before my birthday. It's actually running on my birthday, and I was like, hey, let's go the day before. And Sunday, which is the day of the B-Day, I don't know, we'll just chill. Just gonna chill. Love festivals. Being stuffed too. Perfect. So yeah, we're doing that Saturday. Savo's supposed to come, but I don't think he's able to make it. I might see him on that night. Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much. So yeah, friends, family, Blackie fam. To me, that's a special weekend. I can't picture a birthday being, that's the way birthday should be, is spending time with your loved ones. But it's funny that when you are struggling, the first thing you think of is pushing everything and everyone away because you just know where you're at headspace wise. But yes, that works sometimes, but I would say most of the time that's unhealthy. So, but that's what my brain does. Like when I'm like at a really low point, that's what I do. And that's not always healthy. It's good. I mean, it's okay to do sometimes because sometimes you just need space, but ultimately you don't want to push people away that like deeply care for you, and especially the ones that don't care whether you're hurting or in pain. Like, not that they don't care. I'm saying that like they don't mind, they just appreciate your presence. And, that's how I feel with all of you. That's how I feel with my friends and my family, is like, it's not always about being, seeing Reid feeling like himself. No one expects that, and no one expects you to always feel like yourself either. The ones who care for you, they'll take you however you are. Whether you're in a good mood, a bad mood, they're just happy to see you, be with you. And yeah. Thank you, sweetness. I just appreciate you too, Blackie Timon. Thank you. Thank you, Chantal. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Just deciding what song to play. Good morning, Shakira, Kelly, Sarah, Michelle, Karen. Thank you, guys. Laura, what if our anxiety is part of it being ourselves? And that's something I'm learning to accept too, is like, that's just who I am. You know what I mean? Unless I get to a point where I'm able to conquer my anxiety, at this point in my life, that's just who I am. Like, I overthink. That's just like, I don't know. I'm learning more about my identity as time goes on, obviously. You learn like who you are. So yeah, if you deal with depression a lot, just remember, you aren't depression. You aren't anxiety. You aren't what you go through. You are you. You may go through times where you're depressed. You may go through a lot of times where you're depressed. You may go through a lot of times where you're anxious. You aren't that. You are you, and you can get past things, and you can make your life easier. But remember, when you're sad, you're angry, you're frustrated, you're confused, you're hurt, you aren't that. You are feeling that emotion, but that's not who you are, and that's not how it's always going to be, right? So don't label yourself. You are you. That's it. All right. Oh, thank you so much. 1 second. Thank you, Jen. Happy birthday in advance. Take yourself and your mom to lunch on me. Have a wonderful weekend. Love and appreciate you. Thank you, Sylvia. LG Sylvia. Thank you so much, guys. Drop the pal emote. Drop it. Thank you so much, Sylvia. I appreciate it. Noted. Thank you. Thank you, Jen. Thank you.
When you say your prayers, try to understand. I've made mistakes, I'm just a man. When he holds you close, when he pulls you near, when he says the words you've been needing to hear. I wish I was him, with those words of mine to say to the end.
Oh, thank you, guys. Bro. Thank you again. Holy heck. Hey, Reid, have fun on Saturday night. Love you always. Thank you so much if you sent that too. Thank you so much. All right, using that to get stuffed, using that to get fully stuffed. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, guys. We all are more than you see on the outside, 100%. That's why we can never judge people by what we see. You have to, that's why it doesn't matter what people think about you if they don't know you. If someone is judging you and they don't know you, their opinions don't matter. Only care about the opinions of people that know you. Those opinions matter, and they truly matter when it's someone that you care about. That is maybe giving you an opinion that you need to hear. But if it's just a random or a stranger or someone who doesn't really know you or your intentions, doesn't matter. They don't know you well enough to judge. Thank you guys so much for the pals. Thank you. Yola Low, Facebook post asked us to name one good thing that happened this week other than Bow. Do you have one? Oh, damn, it's been a rough week. I guess it hasn't happened yet, but I was ready to push away from, not TikTok, I don't want you to think that. I was pushing away from just friends, family, and yeah, I'm glad I didn't do that. That's a positive, is that I came to realization that that's not healthy. And that probably wouldn't make for a happy birthday weekend. And so instead of me not having any plans this weekend to do the Stutz Festival, the family dinner, whatever, I'm like, that is not good. So that is a positive, is that I realize that pushing away from that sort of thing is not going to make my problems disappear. So yeah, I guess I'm proud of myself because Sam reached out to me and my family reached out to me, and we're still doing family dinner, and just committing to that despite what's going on in my head is something that I'm like, it makes me happy because I didn't let my thoughts win. Jade's good. I have probably a month, less than a month before we find out. Boy, girl. So yeah, her expected date of delivery, my sister, is July 21st. So might happen earlier. So I'm gonna say in the next month, I'll be an uncle to either another nephew or to a niece. It's good to be aware what's better for you. What's for family dinner? I'm not sure what's for dinner. Thank you, Jen. I'm not too sure. It doesn't really matter to me what's for dinner. It's all good, but it's always good food. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Jen. Hi, Herminia. Luz. Sorry if I missed a bunch of comments today, guys. My head's everywhere, but I do see it all. And I rewatch the lives when I can, because I like seeing all the comments, even if I'm not able to address it right now. I like knowing that I saw, you guys are taking time out of your day to write nice things to me, or just make me smile, whatever. And so I don't like to miss that, so may not be able to address every kind word or every thought, but I do appreciate it. I do see it all. So thank you. Lots of food. Yeah, a lot of food tomorrow. And a lot of food Saturday, actually. Stella, thank you. You always bring a smile to my heart. Thank you for being. Thank you, Sylvia. Your favorite cheesecake? Cheesecake's my favorite dessert, that's for sure. We did gender and date contest on the Facebook. Yeah, Dottie's gonna start it, or anyone can start it. You guys can make a post, the Facebook group. You're gonna make a guess, boy, girl, and then the date of delivery. I don't know, but I do think they're gonna be a Cancer like me. I do think that's gonna happen. What would be the cutoff date? 21st, June 21st to July 21st. So yeah, I think nephew or niece is gonna probably be sensitive like me, which I like. Sensitivity is good. Embrace your sensitivity. I mean, not every Cancer is sensitive, but typical Cancer. I read the description of Cancer. I don't know if you guys have ever seen, guys read the description of what a Cancer typically is like, personality-wise. I read it, I'm like, that's me. That's literally me. It's crazy, but I think all horoscopes are like that, but I am very much a Cancer. And I'm on the cusp of Gemini Cancer, and I'm so more of a Cancer. Your mom was a Cancer. Thank you, Maria. It's Bongo. Is that Bongo? Thank you for the back and monkey. I'm a Libra. It fits me too. Libra. I don't know much about any of the other signs. I just know my own, but seeing when I read for Gemini, my astrological sign is me too. I don't know what mine is. I know there's water and fire and things, but I don't know. Darlene, welcome. Cancer's best all-time sign. I don't know. Once I matched with someone a while ago on Tinder, and they were that was the first question was, what's your sign? And when I said Cancer, they were I'm out. So maybe it's not for everyone. I don't know. But that's crazy. I'll never get over that. And that was 8 years ago. Water. Thank you, Tappers. 140,000. Thank you. My brother's birthday is today. He is more Cancerian than Gemini for sure. Right on. So yeah, I'm seeing family tomorrow. Sam on Saturday. Hopefully see Sava Saturday night. I'm seeing Black 18 Dad for the first time in a long time, because he's been in Florida. Now he's back. I think I'm seeing him on Tuesday or something. So yeah, it'll be good to see everyone. Pisces, thank you for the rose. Birthday was last Saturday. Happy belated birthday. Happy belated. Triple thank you. Dad's been busy. Yeah, Dad's been busy. Oh, you saying with the TikToks? Yeah, Dad's been busy with that too. You got an almost 40 birthday coming. That's crazy. Guys, I didn't think 40 would happen this soon. It's crazy, because last year we turned 32. So I didn't think that 40th would be so soon. But guys, 8 years flies, eh? It's just wild how that happens. Holy heck. I don't even remember 38. Or 36. What the heck happened in my 30s? No, guys, we're still 33 is still 33 is 33 is still 30 kind of. 35 is going to be like, whoa. Elizabeth, thank you for the greeting card. Thank you. Memory loss starts at 40. Oh boy. I didn't realize that coughing and pulling muscles in your back started at 32. That was a new thing. I never had that at 31. I think I've pulled 2 back muscles in my 32s just from coughing, and I'm like, bro. Black 18 Dad was at the box. Well, yes, it was nice to see both Black 18 Mom and Black 18 Dad there. And Blackie fam, of course. Susie, thank you for the umbrella. Thank you. Thank you so much. I pull muscles from blinking. Same, honestly. I'm surprised I haven't pulled a muscle this live. Just wait till you hurt your hip by sleeping. Yeah, I don't deal with too much hip stuff, like knock on wood, or back. I don't deal with too much back stuff too much. But knee, I got knee issues. Comment tu vas? Très bien, toi. Thank you, Yali. Thank you, Samantha. Hi, Dr. Kaylee. I can pull a muscle sleeping. Yeah, that's just how it is, you know? My body cracks walking across the floor. Yeah, Black 18 sis was like, why does your foot crack every time you walk? I'm like, I don't know. It just does. Like, every time I walk, hi Stella, my foot cracks. But we're not adding that to the list. That is just my body. I don't wish back problems on anyone yet. Back, guys, physical pain sucks, and I totally understood it because I dealt with it for so many years. So now that it's back and that I know it's permanent, it's like one of those things, like when you deal with physical pain, you have 2 choices, especially if you know that that physical pain's not going away. So whether it's your shoulder, your neck, your back, your knee, your hip, like you have 2 choices. If you know that something is permanent, you either let it control you and you let it take over your mood and your days, or you manage it as best as you can knowing that it's there and there's nothing you can do about it. And that goes the same with mental health stuff too. You know, like, okay, I get anxious a lot, right? So it's like I can choose how it's there. That's just who I am. Or I have back pain. That's just who I am. That's just how it is. And thank you. So it's like, how are you going to manage it as best as you can? Right? Because if you deal with like your foot and your foot's been broken and it's never healing and you're always experiencing pain, you can think about it every day, because honestly you probably will if you're noticing it every day. But it doesn't need to consume you. And I think that's something that I'm trying to like master as well, is not everything that is a part of you or is going to linger with you for life needs to consume you. You can acknowledge it. That's kind of like when people say like you're having a bad thought. Yeah, it's there. Like, you know, you see the bad thought passing through your mind, but it doesn't need to stick. You know, you're seeing it, it's there, it's passing. Not everything needs to stick with you. So if I asked all of us right now to write down everything that's bugging us, we could all come up with a list. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but we all got things. But what are we doing to make our lives easier or harder? Are we doing things that are making it harder? Right? Like, I think everyone has something. Like, everyone has something. Everyone has a list. And maybe it's not 20 or 50 or 100. Maybe it's two things or one thing. But everyone has something. We could focus on those things all day. We can talk about all the things in our life that didn't go the way that we'd like, or that are hurting us, or physical pain we feel, or mental pain we feel. Like, we can do that. I mean, you have every choice to do that if you want. Because ultimately you decide that no one else is in control of your thoughts. But you also have that exact same power to not focus on that and focus on the good things. Because just as there's negative things, there's positive things. Where are you going to put your focus? You know, are you going to put more of your focus on the negative? Or are you going to put most of your focus on the positive? When you put your focus on the positive, the negative's still there, right? And I think that's something that I'm trying to learn as well, is that just because I'm focusing on positive doesn't mean that my problems are gone, because my mind doesn't let me focus on positive when there's problems. Because my mind tells me that when I focus on positive, when there's issues like negative stuff, that I'm disregarding the negative and I'm never addressing it. And that's a trick my mind's playing on me. You are allowed to feel happy when you're sad. You're allowed to smile when you're angry. Just because you are feeling a certain emotion or you're putting your thoughts into a certain emotion doesn't mean the other emotions don't exist. You're just choosing what to focus on, right? So a lot of our life and a lot of our moods has to do with where are we putting focus, right? And that no one can tell you where to put your focus. No one can tell you what you're supposed to feel or how you should feel when you wake up in the morning. You decide that every day, and sometimes we decide these things unconsciously. That's just part of who we are, is we wake up, and I'm one of those people that I wake up and it's negative. And that's something I'm working on, is like when I wake up in the morning, it doesn't need to be, this is what I gotta do, this is stressing me out, this is negative. I can actually wake up and do the opposite. I can wake up and open my eyes and say, wow, what a blessing. You know what I mean? Like, it's all where we put our focus, and I hope that helps someone, because I'm in the process of it. I wish I could say I am fixed, I am healed, I am at peace, but I'm not. I'm just a regular person. Like, we're all just regular human beings. So I think like sharing these sort of things helps, because we're all learning. We all have something we can offer to the world. Sometimes it's just so bad you can't choose, there's no choice, but you still try. Exactly. And honestly, there's days where I just give up. Like, I give up on the fact that I'm not thinking positive today. And those are days when I decide to go to bed early, because I'm just like, my day's done and I'll try again tomorrow, because I tried today and it's not working. And then I have it where it's days and days of negativity, and then it's like, hey, it's not always going to be like this. And it's just basically trying to get yourself out of it. But it is a lot of these things are easier said than done. And I say these things and I don't practice them all the time myself, but I'm open, I'm transparent about that. Is like, even though I know things work, and even though I know that this is healthy for you, do I practice it most of the time? No. But I guess being aware of it is the first step, right? Being aware of it, and you know, that's all you can do. Is once you're aware of something, then at least you know, okay, I'm making my life harder by doing this, or I'm making my life easier by doing this. So yeah. Really cool news. Michael Learns to Rock reached out to me, and he they want me to be at the concert in August. I don't know exactly, but he said, you know, whoever your plus one is, let me know. And so I want to go with Black Teen Mom. I think it's like end of August. I don't know, like, he was like, you know, would you be up for like filming content? And I was like, I mean, I don't know what that means exactly, like whether it's go live the whole time or make like videos. Well, I don't know if it means like, you know, we go backstage and like, I don't know, but he said he's gonna like get back to me about like, you know, what the team wants. And then, but he did say like, you know, let me know who you want to bring, and we want to have you there. I think he appreciates the fact that a lot of people obviously hear his music and stuff, and we've done so many of his songs, so I think he's really appreciative of that. So, or they're appreciative of that. I always say Michael Learns to Rock is just Michael, but it's, you know, a bunch of dudes. So that's cool. I think like, yeah, that's gonna be really special to be at. So I'm excited. I don't have the tickets yet, so at this point it's not like official. I mean, for all I know, he could block me and I never hear from him again. But you know what I mean? But thank you, Elizabeth. But yeah, I mean, he said we want to have you, so that's cool. I think they're touring around. Sally, thank you. I think they're touring around North America. So I'm excited. There's so many like songs that like have a very deep, like, hit me, you know, emotionally, because it's like, whether it's Pain My Love, whether, oh man, there's so many, It's Gonna Make Sense, oh man, I could go on and on. There's so many songs that like reminds me of the fam, you know. So I think it'll be fun to be at. Jen, thank you. Good morning, Amelia. I'll be here plus one. Yeah, so it'll be exciting. I don't know when it is. I think it's after the I don't know the dates, but I'm pretty sure it's after the Canadian meet and greet. So I think it's like the second last day of August. I'm not too sure, but yeah. Noted. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. One of my favorite favorite Michael Learns to Rock songs, you would think is Paint My Love, or you would think is That's Why You Go Away, but that's actually not my favorite. My favorite is It's Gonna Make Sense. Why? Because, oh man, it's just such a deep meaning to the song about like just you might not understand everything right now, but one day you will. So, yo, thank you, Dottie, was that Dottie? Thank you for the concert. Thank you.
You think you know what you got until it changes, and life will take you high and low.
Imagine we got like backstage pass, that'd be sick. I don't know what he's gonna write me back saying, but we'll see. Just to be there is an honor.
When you're lost.
Thank you, Dottie. Thank you so much.
Has its cause. After you clear your eyes, you see the light somewhere in the darkness. After the rain has gone.
Thank you guys. Thank you for all the love, all the taps. I'm not sure when I'm gonna see you guys next, but obviously I'm gonna pop on for my birthday, because what is a birthday without, friends, family, and Blackie fam? So I'm gonna try to pop on that day on Sunday. I don't really know what's to come. I'm just taking it like hour by hour at this point, day by day, and I'm glad I pushed the button today, because it's been really hard for me, life, so I'm glad that I've been able to push myself to do certain things that I did not think I would be strong enough to do. Can you confirm the meet and greet date and time again? Yeah. So it's August 23rd, and it's going to be at 2 p.m. August 23rd at 2 p.m. If you need location details, you can reach out to, I believe, one of the mods. But I don't want to say it on live. But yeah, you can figure it out by asking around if you are interested. But it's August 23rd, and it is here in, we'll say, Toronto area, and it's at 2 p.m. Thank you for the hugs, the virtual hugs. Much love, Darlene and Sarah. That was a promise I made when I had the last one in Florida. I said it's not going to be one that's going to be very organized at all. It's going to be super, super casual, extremely casual. But I know there's a lot of people who weren't able to make the first two, and they're okay with it, being super casual, and Canadians that weren't able to go to the States. So, like I said, even if it's me, Blackie, Teen Mom, and 3 others, that's okay. We're just happy to be able to do something, for those that were interested. So, casual's my style. Let's go. You're organizing and perfect. Thank you guys. I don't know if I could do the organization part. I mean, I didn't. Blackie, Teen Mom, and Riri were huge. I mean, they helped orchestrate the first two a lot. So it's amazing for anyone that can go. Yeah, and honestly, I've been to the place we're eating at, and it's good food. Good food. So yeah. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Hopefully. I don't really know. I'm not gonna make any promises for 2026. I will say that right now. But at least I'll feel better knowing that I said I was gonna do one in Canada, and we get to do one in Canada. Reservations made, there's no reservations. So that's why it is super casual, because we'll just play it by ear. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be okay. We'll be able to get in, but you can't make reservations, so we'll figure it out as we go. It is everything that's done is done, and if you have questions, you can ask the mods as well, and they will be able to help you, whether it's like if you're staying at a hotel or whatever, you know, that kind of stuff you can answer. But welcome to those who have never been to Canada before, and we'll get to see Ontario. Hopefully check out Niagara Falls, because it's beautiful, and yeah, you know, been living here my whole life, so this is all I know. Try some poutine, 100%. If you want to try the best poutine, I've tried all my poutines. I know which ones are the best. Honestly, A&W has the best poutine. So if you want to try the best poutine in my eyes, A&W. But New York Fries is pretty good, and Harvey's is pretty good. It's called Harvey's. It's not Arby's. It's Harvey's. Poutine's really good. I hope they have poutine this weekend, to be honest. I can't believe there are people that haven't had poutine. That's wild. It's funny. I used to not like gravy, like when I was a kid, and now it's like it's a staple. Chips and gravy. Some chips and dip. Where you from? Canada? Never had it. You gotta try it. But if you're gonna try, you know, Canada, and unfortunately, Ontario is not the best province for poutine. Does anyone know what the best province for poutine is? It's not Saskatchewan. It's not Nova Scotia. It's not Manitoba. It's not British Columbia. The best poutine, if you're looking for it, is in Quebec. Oui, c'est vrai. Oui. Parce que en Québec, il adore la poutine. Oui. Oui, oui, oui. Yeah, so if you want the best poutine, Montreal. I mean Quebec, but Montreal specifically. That stuff's good. That stuff's really good. Actually, the food in Quebec's really good. And those who plan to go downtown Toronto, I'm letting you know right now, it's chaotic. But then again, so is every major city. I just don't like that. Does anyone not like downtown vibes? I just don't like crazy hecticness. Like, it's too much. I'd rather be in a suburb. Like, even when I'm traveling, I don't like to be like when I was in Bangkok, holy heck, it's too much. Oh yeah, you guys should go to this, that's something to do for those who are in Canada. Go to the CNE. Go to the exhibition. That's fun. That'd be fun. I'm trying to think of other things, but awesome poutine restaurant in NH, New Hampshire. I don't like crowded. I mean, neither. Don't like downtown vibes too much. I feel you. I live in Chicago. I know hectic. Yep. Looking forward to see Niagara Falls. Let's go. Not a city kind of girl. I'll drive them everywhere. Oh, you're the driver? You like downtown Chicago? As long as I know I'm leaving the city, I can handle it. I need my out. See, I like... See, I don't... People will say, like, would you rather live rural or, like... What's the other one? Rural or... My brain right now. But yeah, honestly, I don't even know if I'd like rural. Urban, yeah. So, like, I can't really pick between those two, because if I had to pick rural or urban, I don't know if I want to be, like in on a tractor in, like, San Antonio, Texas, you know, with, like, cows all around me. Like, I don't know if that's my vibe. But then again, I don't want to be in Toronto where it's just, like, craziness. So, okay, it's like I need to differentiate between, like, it doesn't need to be, like, tractors and cows and farm, and it doesn't need to be crazy like downtown. It's that in between. Yeah. No rural. Can you imagine if those cows were downtown? Can you imagine that the rural animals came to downtown Toronto? I'd be like, okay, I'm out. Yeah. Suburbans are in between. Suburbs are in between. They're in between the tumbleweeds. Texas strokes and he's back. That's right. That's when you know I'm back. Kind of. I live 30 minutes from the city and 30 from the country. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, see, I live in the suburbs. Gotta go wash my neighbor's cow. Alright, wash her well. Grab me some extra milk as well. Chickens and cows running around. We have bears downtown. Watching Philippines, Hayali. Yeah, Niagara's an easy drive. Guys, if you're in Niagara, you have to do the haunted house. Holy heck. Nightmares? I don't want to tell you about it, but if you're in Niagara, do the haunted house. I've done it twice, and yeah, it's called Nightmares. That was literally insane. But especially if you're claustrophobic, my grandson hit it there. Really? Damn. A family friend hit a deer. Do you want to have nightmares though? Yeah, I think the worst part about it was like at one point in the haunted house, there's like, you're like walking and then all of a sudden you feel this like plastic bag around you. It's like, picture like a big garbage bag, okay? But like you can feel it if you put your arms out, okay? And as you're walking through, this plastic bag starts to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Next thing you know, you just feel this plastic bag around you and smoke's going off and the plastic bag's getting smaller. And at one point, because if you want to escape, you have to say nightmares. So if you yell nightmares, everything stops. But I actually thought it was like a malfunction. I'm like, this thing's getting smaller and smaller. Like next thing you know, I'm going like this. So yeah, just warning, if you do it, I promise you're going to be okay. There'd be a lot of liability if these bags just kept going. Yeah, they give you a chicken pass or something. Yeah, I just like, no. But it was funny because the second time I did it, I'm trying to think of what was with the first time. But yeah, the second time I did it, I knew what was going to happen. So I was just there for the other reactions. It was awesome. Yeah, you should try it. I love haunted houses. That was the scariest haunted house I ever did. I'd do it, let's go. But that's because you know about it. I wish someone does it, but they don't know about the bag. I don't like crowded elevators. Yeah, I don't think I'm claustrophobic, but oh, the one thing I have developed, which I never was afraid of, guys, is heights. And you're like, Black, you jumped off a plane. Yeah, I know, but I couldn't see the ground. That was the beauty of it. I just saw clouds, so I was like, that's fine. But like when I'm high up and I can see the ground, that's freaky. Yeah, I don't mind, because you know, like I always thought that like you can kind of float on clouds, like in like, I don't know, like the cartoons I always grew up watching, like people just hang out like it's a hammock on the clouds. So I was like, I don't know, I'll probably just shoot through the air and then just like hang out in the clouds for a bit and then I'll make my way down. But no, you shoot right through it. I don't even remember going through clouds. I remember thinking like, my main thought when I was jumping off that plane was, how am I going to remember to breathe in and out? I'm like, what if I forget? Because I'm flying like at full speed. What if I forget to go? So I was worried about breathing. But when you're flying at that speed, I guess your body just figures it out on its own. The hammock was scary, but I don't know. I wasn't as scared because I had the zip line I was attached to. But yeah, I used to not be afraid of heights at all. Like I did the bungee jump when I was 6 years old. And it's funny how like as you get older, sometimes the fears that you used to not have, you can have, you know? I think that's wild. Because now it's like, damn. You remember the glass floor at the CN Tower? Yeah. I think they have the CN Tower. They have the edge walk too, where you're like looking down. Yeah, the things we did in Colombia. I hope you guys know, and I don't know if this is like a misconception, guys. I won't just eat any bug. Okay? Like, yes, we have eaten bugs on trips, but like, don't think that like if all of a sudden crickets are offered in Richmond Hill, I'd eat that. Okay? There's something about being away in a foreign country and being offered a scorpion. I'll do that. But if you bring a scorpion to the third meet and greet, I'm not eating it. Like, I don't do bugs. I do it when I'm like, I don't know, I'm already experiencing something different. Why not add to the experience? But like, if there was a vending machine like in Thailand with crickets and pupa, I don't want bugs. Are you kidding me? I'd rather a pizza. People have this misconception that like I like bugs. I hate them. I see them every day. Holy heck. I killed the biggest spider yesterday too. Funny enough. Okay, so like I have this thing where like if I'm laying down and then I have to get up to do something when I plan to like just lay down, in my head I think everything happens for a reason. So I'm like, okay, I had something stuck in my tooth. I was laying in bed. I was planning to go to bed. And I had something stuck in my tooth that I needed to get up to use a toothpick. I knew that I had to get up to get the toothpick because something else was waiting for me. Does that make sense? So I'm like, I'm going to grab this toothpick, but I know that everything happens for a reason and something's stuck in my tooth, not because I need to get it out, but because there's a creepy crawly waiting for me. Sure enough, I go to grab the toothpick and there's like a spider like this big, and I'm like, okay, that's why I got it stuck in my tooth. It's because you're meant to see certain things in life, whether it's bugs or whatever. Do you guys believe in that? Maybe not like this specific example, but like, do you guys believe that like certain things in your life happen so that other things happen? Like, if it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, something will happen in your life so that you react in a certain way, and then something else that's supposed to happen will happen. Like, you're meant to go through certain things that you don't think are like actually like meaningful stuff, but it's getting you ready for something else that is meant to actually happen. Okay, obviously like the toothpick bug situation is the worst example, but like I do believe that. Like, I'm trying to think of something, like, I don't even know how to explain it, but like the things that don't seem meaningful will happen to you so that something meaningful does. Whether it's like, I don't know, you meet someone and they're maybe not going to be that impact on your life, but because you met them, something else is going to happen that's going to allow you to meet someone else, and they're meant to be in your life. You know, like, everything does happen for a reason, I think. I think it is. It's crazy how certain things do. It's kind of like when I watch Final Destination. Like, I'm like, fate, you know? Fate will never, ever stray away from you. Whatever's meant to happen to you, you could not want it to happen. You could want it to happen. If it's meant to happen, it will happen to you, whether you try, whether you think about it, whether you want it or you don't want it. I mean, I don't know for a fact, but that's just my belief. I think that you are meant to go through certain things in life. And don't worry, guys, that's just spam. But yeah, you're meant to go through certain things in life. And when it happens, you're like, whoa, damn. But it's because it's meant to. So next time something happens in your day, say, I wonder what this is setting me up for. Is it allowing me to teach me something? Is it allowing me? I don't think that you're ever going to get to a point where there's just too much, because I don't think fate will put too much on your plate. I think fate will sometimes give you challenges, but not to the point where it's too much. If there's ever too much, I think fate is going to alleviate some of that by not giving you more. Like, sometimes we're tested on our limits, right? On how much we can handle. But I think that when you get to that point where you're it's already too much, I think fate has its own way of working it out for you where it doesn't give you more, whether it's stressors, whether it's things in life, like life will hand you what you're able to do and what you're able to keep up with. And it knows like to what extent you can handle it to the point where like before you crash out, so it's, I don't know, I believe in that, but I know that's not what everyone believes in. But I absolutely believe everything happens for a reason. Yeah, I do believe in that. I think like we don't want to admit that because obviously there's certain things in our life that it's like, I mean, they're like, they hurt. So it's like, I don't want to believe that happened for a reason. Because you're like, that shouldn't have happened, right? Whether it's someone treating you disrespectfully, whether it's something tragic happening, 100%, like, of course it's, you don't want that to happen. But it's meant to happen in the way that maybe not for the pain that's supposed to cause, but as a learning lesson, like as an experience. We're going to have that no matter what, right? One day when we look back on our life, we're going to have all these things that were once issues and are no longer an issue. We're going to have issues that were issues and still are issues. We're going to have things that made us happy, but then at that point in our life, when we're looking back on it, we realize that didn't bring you happiness. So it's like what we think and what we know is not always the truth. We don't always know everything at this moment right now, but one day it will make sense. And that's why I love that song, is like one day it will make sense. Everything will make sense in life. One day we look back on it. Don't try to make sense of it right now because more is to come, and you won't be able to process it all as more is to come. Accept what is. Don't try to plan too much. And one day it will make sense. And at this moment, just trust the process and just take a deep breath because you're doing your best, and that's all anyone can ever ask of you. So that's what I'm trying to keep in my head. Thank you for the rose. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off, but I hope you guys enjoyed the live, and hope you guys have a great Thursday. I don't know when I'm going to see you guys next. I'm just taking it day by day. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Elizabeth. Yeah, I'm just taking it day by day and taking deep breaths as I can. But guys, you are never alone, and I hope that something that I talked about today has impacted you in a positive way, even just to read other people's comments, and maybe that impacted you in a positive way. I hope that my words, my actions, my thoughts, I hope that something at some point, no matter when you click the follow button, helped you in a positive way. Because then I feel accomplished, because if I was doing something and no one felt what I was saying and no one understood it, I would feel lost, because I would think that these things that I think would make a difference aren't making a difference, and then I wouldn't feel like I'm accomplished. So thank you for making me feel accomplished by accepting my thoughts, my values, who I am. It makes everything worthwhile, because one, I know I'm able to make a difference, even a small difference, and two, it gives me strength to carry through whatever I'm dealing with in life. So thank you guys so much, and I'm just trying to figure out what song we're going to play. Finish this off. All right, perfect. Drop the last song, guys. Drop it.
I'm nothing special. In fact, I'm a bit of a bore.
Go Pacers. Go Pacers.
If I tell a joke, you've probably heard.
We're playing tonight. Actually, right now. Love you guys. Love you too.
I have a talent, a wonderful thing. 'Cause everyone listens when I start to sing. I'm so grateful and proud. All I want is to sing it out loud. So I say thank you for the music, the songs I'm singing. Thanks for all the joy that I'm bringing. Who can live without it? I ask in all honesty. What will I be
you, Dottie. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Susie. Thank you guys. Thank you, Kelly, Laura. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being you guys. Never changed. You've made a very big impact on my life. So it's just like I will not try to forget the impact I'm able to make on yours. Never forget the impact you made on mine and on each other's. That's important. I hope that keeps you strong and keeps you knowing that you have worth a ton of it and you have something to offer to the world, right? We all do. Taps as well. Thank you, Tappers. Debbie, thank you. Susie, thank you. Maria, thank you. Again, every birthday wish seems to come true from the year before. Every time a birthday rings in and you guys are still here. So if you guys are still here in 3 days, my wish from last year came true, as well as many other wishes, of course. But yeah, guys, just being able to celebrate another birthday weekend is huge. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for today. Thank you for your love, and thank you for your understanding and patience and empathy. It means a lot to me. You're not alone, and I think that's the main thing to pull from this live is you're not alone, and your voice and your struggles and your vulnerabilities and you speaking up about what you're going through is not a weakness. That is a strength, and I hope you continue to use your voice to advocate for yourself, whether it's the thoughts you tell yourself or the thoughts you tell others, whether it's a therapist, whether it's a friend, a family. That is a strength, and be proud of the fact that you are, aware of your feelings and you're able to address them, because your health, whether it's your mental health or your physical health, is so important. And I hope you continue to take care of it, because it'll just lead to a happier life, which you deserve. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for the love. And if I don't see you before the birthday, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and just take good care of yourself. It's important. You're important. Love you guys. Bye.